Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc #2 and Instagram. We are going to do bound fighting. Instagram, I hope you guys can see me, so I angle you right. YouTube, I hope you guys can see me. So, before we do anything, small disclaimer, if you do not have any martial art training at all, do not attempt this without martial art trained, supervised people. Okay? Instagram, I haven't forgotten y'all. I'm sorry that I have neglected you, so let me apologize to that first. And yes, Echo Fang Grey Wolf is James Williams Jr. James Williams Jr. is Echo Fang Grey Wolf. Echo Fang Grey Wolf is my stage name. It will be the stage name that I will go with until the day I die. Alright? So we're doing that to honor my native heritage. Alright? I've explained all that shit on my YouTube channel, which I just done again. And I've explained it on my TikTok. And now I'm explaining it to my Instagram because, believe it or not, I got my highest following on Instagram, so I owe you guys a big time apology for neglecting you, but I am going to honor my word. I haven't forgotten you guys. As soon as I get a tablet, I'm going to do live Instagrams and TikToks at the same fucking time, and as soon as someone teaches me how to operate a tablet. So that being said, that's option number one right there, so that I don't neglect you anymore. So that way when I make a TikTok or an Instagram live, damn alarm's going off. It'll all be synchronized so that you guys don't have to deal with that. But if anything you miss on either one, you can always find me on YouTube at Kung Fu Havoc #2. All one word, all lowercase letters, K at the end of Havoc. So it begins with the K and ends with the K. Kung Fu Havoc. So it's KUNGFUHAVOK and the number 2. Hopefully you guys can get all that shit out. Instagram does not have subtitles or captions. So if you can't hear that or read that, I'm sorry. So here we go. Bound fighting. The do's and don'ts of bound fighting. I'm going to piss off everybody who does martial arts. I'm going to piss off all of the people who you follow that do martial arts that have training partners or punching bags, depending on how you want to call that shit. And the reason why is because they don't tell you guys the 100% the truth. I give you 99.9. You got to figure out that other 1% on your own. The fact of the matter is that when you are fighting or learning a martial art, you get in what you get out, but there are things that you need to understand while you're getting in and putting in and getting out. When you get hit in the face, that shit fucking sucks. Everything that you see, people are training with each other. They're training. They work that shit out before the camera rolls. They work that shit out while the camera is rolling. You don't have to believe me. I don't give a shit. I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm not here to lie to you. Okay? So, for instance, I don't have a training partner. So you won't know if this shit's going to work or not. You have my word that some of this shit is going to work and some of this shit is not. That is why there are do's and don'ts in every martial art. And I'm going to tell you what they are for the shit that I know. Now, my opinion is my opinion and you don't have to like it, but I would respect you more if you respected it. I'm not going to lie to you, because I'm not a keyboard warrior and I don't have time for bullshit. Alright? I'm going to teach you, and you're either going to like it or you're not. You're either going to believe it or you're not. But what you're not going to do is try this shit without being trained first. I've been training in martial arts since I was 7. I've been fighting in the streets since I was 6. That's my resume. You don't have to believe it. I don't give a shit. But anybody whose ass I've kicked, they ain't never came back for another round. So take that with a grain of salt also. I've been training with my hands bound since I was 12 years old. Alright, I've also trained with my feet down. We won't be doing that at all. I don't have the ropage or the fucking time to tie my feet together, press the record button, and show you that you can do it. But just know that you can do it. It's a little bit less difficult than you think, but it's a whole lot more complex than it needs to be. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to work with the hands behind the back first. Alright? The reason why we're working with the hands behind the back first is because it is a hell of a lot harder for you to maneuver when your body balance has been shifted. Alright? When your balance has been shifted, there's a hole there. So when your balance has been shifted, there's a lot of things that come into factor. That you are going to learn the easy way by listening and watching, or you're going to learn the hard way by attempting and getting fucked up. As a veteran, we have a saying about fuck around and find out. This is not one of those times where you really want to do that. If you're training for a movie, you definitely want someone who has some kind of training. I can almost guarantee you very few people have been trained to fight with their hands tied in any capacity whatsoever. Capoeira, fun fact, for those who do capoeira, you know this. Capoeira, slaves did capoeira with chains in front and behind. No, I did not take enough capoeira to get that great, but you can do capoeira. So just for fun, here's your blockless Jenga. Now your traditional Jenga. If I can get my hands undone, your traditional Jenga. Now you have ranges of that. Now you got those guys that can go way, way down, and you got those guys like me who are old as fuck and can barely get right there. All right, I had a hip replacement. I need a second hip replacement, so that's why my range is what it is. Now, to the matter of hand of fighting with your hands bound, there are a lot of factors in this bitch. All right. First thing I'm gonna tell you, as I say in all my videos, 1,000 things can go wrong before one thing goes right. There is no superior martial art. There are superior martial artists in an art. All right. Anybody can be great at one martial art or another. Very few people are great in all. All right. I like to consider myself the jack of all trades. All right. There's a reason I've studied multiple styles. Again, you don't have to believe me. I don't have a belt in any style. You know why? This is what a belt's good for. I have beaten enough black belts to understand that a belt ain't everything. It's anything. The belt is a political statement. Pure and simple. It's also a ranking in class. But how good is your class if your black belt can have his ass beat by someone who fights versus someone who does not? There's the difference maker with that dojo fighting and UFC fighting versus street fighting. I understand that those are three different elements. The only one that is the most dangerous is street fighting because that element is always changing. When you're in a dojo, the dojo walls don't move, shift, or change, or any of that other shit. All right? When you're in the UFC, you are fighting in a cage. It is a controlled environment. In the streets, there is no control. There is you, your opponent, and Jesus. And there are only survivors. Keep that shit in mind as we begin. So, first thing you gotta understand, your hands are tied behind your back and you are not a good fighter. You do not want to engage in any combat other than enough to escape. Why do I say that? Because I just said that you are not a good fighter and you only want to engage in just enough to escape. Why? Because a good run is better than a bad stand. And secondly, I mentioned that you are not a good fighter. Try to remember that. You know if you're an okay fighter. You know if you're a good fighter. And sometimes people get conceited and believe that they are great fighters. I fall in that, hey, I hold my own category. Don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you, and we won't have to push the limits of my skills. Simple as that. I'm not out here trying to be the next Bruce Lee. I just want to be noticed. But, you know, it is what it is. Now, my hands are behind my back. Let me walk up to you so that you can see. All right, might have got too close, and you got a good shot of America's ass. Okay. Understand. Damn it, I got the camera on the line all twisted off. Okay, I think I adjusted it. Alright, understand that your hands are behind your back. This is your limitation on your blocks. See how high my hand is? So if I don't tip my head, I can't protect my face, which is going to be a really bad thing. And staying here, I'm still not able to protect my face even if I tip my head, which means I'm probably going to get the shit knocked out of me, or I'm going to sleep. Or I'm going to die. In that event, you need to learn how to move your shoulders and move your feet. So you have to sidestep. Yeah, you got to sidestep and you have to sway. Okay? So now, if you do the sidestep and then the sidestep, you don't have to worry too much about swaying. If you don't have time to sidestep, then you need to learn how to sway. Sway, that way, that way. And all your power is going from your hips and your waist, so you are avoiding the punches. You are not a Shaolin monk. You may get away with one or two of those damn things, but I'm guaranteeing you, you might get hit with a third. So you need to be consciously aware that this shit here, it's going to look cool on camera. It's going to look good in the movies. And in real life, you may get one or two before you catch a hit. So understand, you will get hit. Your hands are behind your back. Your blocking is very limited. So now let's talk about how you engage accurately without getting fucked up. Your engagement is only involved in the necessity of you needing to escape your opponent. Alright? So, you want to keep that shit simple. You just want to escape. If your door's over there, you want him to go over this way. You want to use an outside to inside crescent kick. So you take your stance, he's coming, boom. Now, kick him over here, pop your hips this way, and you're out. You're not going to stand there and engage. Same scenario this side. Your door's over there. So you're going to do an outside to inside crescent kick. Boom. He's over here. Pop your hips. You're out. Now in the event that he's blocking your door, you have to keep that shit simple. So your kicks and attacks, you can do an inside to outside crescent kick, which is going to force you to engage. If he's right there and you do this, you put him right here. So now you're going to have to figure out what you want to do. You can return with another kick, do another kick this way, or you can keep that shit simple. I advise you to keep that shit simple because simple leads to success, where complications lead to you might get your ass kicked. Right? Same thing on the other side. If he's blocking and you fuck up, so now you have to engage. You did an inside to outside crescent kick. Boom. He landed right there. Now you have to engage him. If you didn't knock him out with that kick, you're going to have to engage him. So here, you drive a knee, but you want to keep that shit simple. You want to put him out so that you can get out. Simple as that. And here's what you're not going to do. As you can see, my balance is off. That'll look a whole lot different once I turn my hands around and put the balance in the front. But for now, you want to keep that shit simple. Your hands are bound. You want to keep that shit to front kicks and side kicks because those are going to be more effective when this guy's coming at you. So he's coming at you, boom, front kick, mid-range, or front kick, chin, solar plexus. Because if the person cannot breathe, they cannot hurt you. Understand how that shit works. So he's coming, boom, side kick. If the side kick slows him down, then you turn it from a side kick to a front kick, like so. Boom, boom. Understand? Now the reason why you do that is because you don't want it to take more than 1 foot off the ground. So you do not want to do this. You want to keep at least 1 foot on the ground at all times when your hands are bound behind you. You do not want to do sequence attacks like I'm about to show you, and hopefully I won't go down this goddamn hole. So this is what you're not going to do. Boom, boom. See how it throws off my balance? That's not good for you. If you do have to do a sequence attack, you want to keep that shit basic, simple, and to the front. Boom, front kick, step, front kick. Now you can reposition, because you've kicked him twice. Reposition, comes at you, boom, side kick. Reposition, boom, side kick. The reason why you're doing that is to keep your ass from going to the ground. You are not going to jump kick him. You are not going to jumping spin kick him. You are doing none of that. Because if you fall down, you might not be able to get up. And if you can't roll on the ground, you might be on the ground permanently. Things you don't do. You keep that shit simple. You keep it basic. Because anything that gets fancy comes with a price. You're not wanting to pay that price because you just want to get the fuck out of there. It's not that damn difficult. So, now did you have the don'ts of the behind the back? We're going to do the do's and don'ts of in the front. Alright? Like I said, trying to keep this thing in the 30-minute range. Alright? So again, for you guys on Instagram, TikTok has already been through this today, but for you guys on Instagram, understand your blocks and your techniques in which they came from. If you know Thai fighting, you know you're going to be up here. That's a block, that's a block, that's a block, that's a block. They look roughly the same. They pretty much are. This is a block. This is a block. If you take an American kickboxing, those are still going to be your blocks. You're just not going to be doing this. You'll be more like this. Understand? So if you're taking kickboxing, it's here. If you take Thai fighting, real Thai fighting, you're here. Alright? So, boom, that's a knee. That can be kickboxing. It can also be Thai fighting. Boom, that's a knee. Boom, boom, that's a knee and an elbow. Boom, boom, that's a knee and an elbow. Understand how that works? You have blocking ability because your hands are in front. So as I've done before today, I'll do again. High right with knee, low right. High left, medium left with knee, low left. The reason why I'm teaching you those, because those are your attack variables. Alright? 9 times out of 10, someone's either going to come high or low, and they're going to come medium. Now, front and back is a whole other issue. You're going to have to learn how to deal with that. Front, back. You're going to have to deal with that shit at your own space, at your own time. Without a training partner here or a punching bag, I can't give you a full-on demonstration. I don't have anybody willing to come and learn and be taught. So, this is the best we can do. Now, you want to keep this shit simple for your sequence attacks also. So if you block, you want to strike. What you don't want to do is what I'm about to show you. So you don't want to do this sequence. Boom, boom. Because your balance is still off. But once you get in the air, you're more vulnerable than on the ground. So if you're going to do a sequence of front attacks, and you're going to start with a round kick, boom, boom. Understand how I use the same leg? Or you can do it this way. Boom, boom. This way, you're pretty much in good shape. Or you can do a front strike. Boom, boom. 2 front kicks. You can turn those into axe kicks if you prefer. My axe kick no longer works with this leg because of my hip replacement. So I have to adapt to use what works for me. You will adapt to use what works for you. If you don't adapt, you're going to remember that when you are laying down sleeping. Now understand this, man. I've been doing this since I was 12. I did incorporate this in one of my movies with Jay Diz. So, yeah, I was a little bit loose over a cannon, and the rope wasn't as tight for the movie purposes. Because you're not really ever going to be in a situation outside of a movie where this is going to happen to you. Unless you're like it's really fucked up like mine. Okay? Long story. I have been in handcuffs before. At least twice. I know that I can fight in handcuffs. Doesn't mean you can fight with handcuffs. Understand? As I'm showing you, I've pressure tested this for fighting since I was a kid. That's my proof. Doesn't mean it's going to work for you, because what works for me won't always work for you or any damn body else. And if they're not teaching you that, they should not be teaching you martial arts at all. Because your body is going to work different than my body. Different but same, equal but different. Let me explain that. A woman's body is a little bit more flimsy in other regions compared to a man because they don't have twig and bearings, which makes them a little bit more easier to do better kicks. Where if you're a man, one good shot to the twig and bearings and down you go, which is why you wear cups in competition. I don't know anybody who walks around with their cup on all goddamn day long. And if you do, congratulations. That's beyond my pay grade. But, you have to understand how fighting works. If I get hit in the face and I don't go down, good for me. If I get hit in the face and I do go down, bad for me. If I get kicked in the solar plexus and I don't know how to protect with a block or exhale, I'm going down. Same applies to you. Now here's why I say same but different. Alright, so a lot of people do Taekwondo. They have this specific certain side kicks depending on your school where you chamber it and come out. And it's the same thing with certain round kicks where you stop, pop, and pop it back for Taekwondo. Okay, in a real fight on the streets, you don't have time to worry about chambering shit. So when you set that side kick in motion from a round kick, boom, that shit's going down. Depending on what style you choose, well, that shit's going to be like this. Boom, boom. On its way down, you're going to go for a low strike. That's what I was taught. So if you did that, it's going to look almost the same, but different, and it's going to be fine. It's going to work for your body mechanics. All right? Have an elbow, you have an elbow. I know how to break your elbow, even with my hands tied. Do I recommend attempting that? No. Now while my hands are tied, it's going to be a little bit difficult because I have to work harder. All right? Now, on the kicks, on the other hand, I'm not going to work that hard. I have options. What I am not going to do is take my feet off the ground. So you're not going to do this with your hands tied in a fight. I understand. I'll show you the tornado, and I'll show you jumping spin kick. You're not going to do this shit with your hands tied in front or behind. Your balance is off, and if you miss, well, if you're a man, your twigs and berries just got hit. If you're a woman, you might have got caught in body slam, but it also depends on who you're fighting. Understand there are some kicks and things that you just aren't going to use in an actual fight. All right? You can pull them off, but I don't recommend it. Like this reverse tornado. See how low it came? It's supposed to go higher. So this throws off my balance. Anything that changes the body from its natural origin of motion, throws off the balance, will affect your fight. Which is why you want to keep that shit simple when you're fighting bound. Block, strike, block, strike, strike. You know, or block, strike, strike, strike. You know, something that simple will keep you from getting close enough to me to sweep my back leg. Where if I do this and you go low and sweep this foot, now I've fallen on my back and my live just ended. Or something went wrong with the live. Okay, my live has paused. It's reconnecting. Okay, so if you're on Instagram and you're here at this point, the live has ended and I continued on. Okay, the live is back. Instagram, I'm only going to give you like maybe 5 or 10 more minutes because the live ended. I'm going to take that as a sign that I need to stop. So I'm not going to stop doing it on YouTube, but I am going to stop on Instagram in about 5 minutes. So back to what I was saying before the live got interrupted. If both of your feet are off the ground, it makes you vulnerable. You don't want that in any situation. So if a guy's throwing this kick at you and you're tied, that's a good block. This is a good block. That's a good block. Avoid him, you know, sidestep and block. You know, those are things that are going to help you versus trying to just absorb the hit. Now, if you can absorb the hit, hey, you know how tough you are. I don't recommend it, but I ain't going to stop you. Because a lot of people have to find out the hard way what does and does not work. I'm trying to prevent you from getting hurt, so I don't recommend that. If you can take that block, block it. You know, you can block it this way, block it. But block it. Don't try to absorb the blow because it might be the thing that takes you out. You know, it might hit you right in the rib, and down you go. So you don't want that. You want to block that shit, sidestep that shit. And in any case, if you block, strike. If you block, then strike. Now my foot left the ground. I just told you not to do it that way. So what I should have done was block, down, and then kick. But sometimes life doesn't give you that fucking option. That being said, that's why I did that, because I'm going to be honest. Sometimes life doesn't give you that option. So sometimes you just got to go with whatever happens. Alright, but be forewarned, even when life doesn't give you that option, shit can still go wrong. And once something goes wrong, you're going to have a fucked up ass time trying to recover it. So you want to try to keep that shit safe. If you can block this bitch and block this bitch, just keep blocking. Wait for your spot before you try to counter. Because he might be on one of these rapid kick shits. Boom, boom, boom. You just keep blocking that shit. He's going to get tired of kicking before you get tired of blocking. And if you know how to block properly, boom. If you do a Kempo block and you catch him in his shin or you catch him in his thigh in certain spots, you're going to eliminate a big of a fucking problem. The body can only take so much pain. Alright? That works both ways. For those giving the pain and those receiving the pain, the body can only take so much. Your endurance level, your cardio, all of these are a very important factor in a fight. If your cardio is not up to par, you better end that fight quickly. If your cardio is up to par, then, you know, come what may, take the chances that you take. But, again, I forewarn you that you want to be aware of your body. Alright? So if he's throwing one of these, and all you can do is this, then you want to elbow him right. Don't try to catch it because your hands are tied. Fuck that shit. Block it. You know? Now, if you get lucky and you do catch it, push him all the way through, kick his foot from under him. So that would look like this. You pushed him all the way through, and you swept that foot from under him. This leg's going that way, this leg's going that way. So you want to be mindful of what you have as an option. If he goes all the way through, and you kick his leg from under him, he's going to leg split. Or you can just be an evil SOB when you grab him and fling him all the way through. Yeah, you can drive under, which his legs are up here, so you're going to catch him here because you drove under. You pushed him through, you drove under. Better option, even better, because he's throwing this kick. When you get him all the way through, boom, Ridge hand. Better option. Because he's already come through and his guard's up. You can ridge hand him and lock up under his arm, and then you can catch him and then sweep the foot. After sweeping the foot, you're going to just take him onto the ground. Remember, your hands are still tied, so that's going to be an issue. But while your hands are tied, you can lock his elbow with your rope, and then you have him. You have him in a lock. So it is possible. You just have to understand body mechanics. Once you understand body mechanics, fighting is going to be a hell of a lot easier for you. Body mechanics are not that difficult. Body mechanics divide on your style of martial arts that you're using and your opponent. You know how your body mechanics work. You got fingers, you got toes, you can wiggle them. So does your opponent. The elbows go this way. Your job is when they go to right there and stop, is to make sure they keep going. Yes, that is brutal. Yes, that is violent. Yes, I am sorry. No, I'm not. Whereas here's that thing about a fight. Whether you started it or whether you didn't, fighting is dangerous. And you do not know who you're fighting until the first punch is blown. Now, if you take that first hit like a champ and that shit don't hurt you, be ready. Because that fight's not going to stop with that one hit unless he knocks you to sleep and he has honor. If you're fighting somebody who doesn't give a flying shit and they knock you down, they're going to keep on you. And that's the thing that a lot of these martial artists that you guys are following kind of tend to leave out. So, I'm going to end the live in like 2 minutes, but before I do, I want to point this out 1000%, and I'm going to piss off everybody who does martial arts. Alright? Understand the difference between the 3 fighting classes that I say. Alright? I understand the most dangerous fight is a street fight. I'm not talking about a wrestling street fight because that's still a controlled environment. I'm talking about a real honest-to-God street fight. That includes bar fights, parking lots, all that shit. That's real fighting. Alright? No. I am not saying UFC and wrestling is fake. Because those are real fightings too. They're just in a controlled environment, so it is set up so that no one gets hurt. You feel me there? And then there's dojos and tournaments. Alright? And most tournaments, like Taekwondo tournaments, you're tit-tat hitting. You're not hitting everybody with everything you got. Accidents do happen. Understand, if somebody gets knocked out in a tournament, it was clearly an accident. Same thing with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, same thing with Jiu-Jitsu. Most of the time, you should walk out of there bruised and battered, but not fucked up. Alright? If you get fucked up, somebody has really bad sportsmanship. Now, if you're in the UFC, you're going to get fucked up. If you're in wrestling, you're going to get fucked up. You're not just going to be bruised and battered, but that comes with the job. That's what you sign on for. Deal with it. As for street fighting, there's only survivors. Understand that when you are fighting out here, it is not a controlled environment. Everything around you is your weapon or your skill set. And if you don't have that, TTFN. Ta-ta for now, because you're going to get fucked up. Simple as that. I'm sorry for the swearing. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. A lot of people who be making these martial art videos ain't been in no fucking street fight. I've never fought professionally because I was never given a shot because get your weight up. And now I'm 48. I will never be able to fight professionally now. No one's going to give me a job. They might give me a job as a coach, but other than that, they're not going to let me do that shit because I'm a liability. Hip replacement had, hip replacement needed. Yeah, who's going to want to see me in the ring? Nobody. Plus, I'm old and I'm ugly, so I can't bring in any endorsements. Alright? But I'm a good ugly. Anyway, if you're going to get into a fight, you need to understand 70-30. Alright? 70-30 is 70% of the shit that you learn in the dojo only works in the dojo. The 30% of the shit you learn in the dojo works in the street. Now, as far as wrestling, UFC, and entertainment, like making movies and shit, all of those are great. When it comes to making movies, you should know that it's watered down stage combat. Alright? Because it's for entertainment value, and a lot of shit you see in a movie, I'm not going to recommend that you try it in real life. I'm not going to say it won't work either, but I am going to say don't put that much stock in it. Stick with basics and you'll be fine. Fancy shit's great for training, but your chances of using a jumping spin kick or a tornado kick in an actual fight are very, very slim. And if you do use it, connecting is even slimmer. Alright? There are very few people who have actually connected with a tornado kick in the UFC. I've seen it. It does happen, but it's very few people. It's far and few between. Same thing with wrestling, WWE, and other wrestlers. It's very few people that connect with that tornado kick. And you don't want to connect wrongly with your wrestling opponent because you don't want to break their fucking neck. Alright? You want to nail them at fatty tissue because fatty tissue absorbs the blow better. So if you get hit in the neck, that shit's gonna fucking hurt versus getting hit in the face. It's still gonna hurt, but it's not gonna hurt as much. And your face can take a little bit more damage than your fucking neck. So, you know, there's some limitations. These people are experts. Understand these motherfuckers are experts. So they are also made to make sure you know that I am not here to hurt my opponent. I am here to compete and get a victory and stamp my career, you know, where when you're out here in the streets, that guy across that battlefield don't give a flying fuck what you do for a living. All he gives a fuck about is going home to his people, and all you give a fuck about is going home to yours. And honestly, y'all really don't have to fight if y'all can sit down and talk that shit out. But sometimes tempers flare and nobody gives a shit until somebody gets knocked the fuck out. But you can accidentally kill somebody if you're not careful. Understand, I want to prevent that. But the best way to stop somebody is to stop the breath. Solar plexus, throat. If I teach you Kung Fu, that's where I'm teaching you to hit. Because I know those two spots specifically are going to bring you down. Most men protect their nether regions before they protect their chest and their solar plexus. No, I do not know Kiba Nagoku. No, I do not know Oranami Touch for you Batman fans. Anyway, the bottom line is you can hurt somebody without even trying if you aren't trained properly. You can hurt somebody without even trying if you are trained properly. Why did I say that? Because it's the truth. Accidents happen. Accidents happen to the best of us. Even when you're trained, you can still make a mistake because you are human and you are flawed. Simple as that. So, I am going to end the live, but I am also going to do a second video about the differences of martial arts after this. So, if you want to see any more of this, just come to kungfuhavok number 2 in like about an hour or two, and then that'll wrap up. Thank you guys for watching. Okay, so to finish this off, God damn it. To finish this off, the bottom line is really simple. You want to be able to block and counter, so boom, 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 boom. You know, you want to be able to make sure that you make the right choices in combat. Because if you don't, you're going to make the wrong choice and you're going to get fucked up. Again, you are not going to be doing fancy shit. You're not going to boom, boom. You're not doing that shit. You're not doing that shit. Now with your hands tied, because it throws off your balance and it's a good chance that you might miss. You want to keep that shit simple. Block, strike, strike, strike. Because those are simple and it's keeping it under your control. Where if you decide, boom, boom, if you miss that kick and he's down here, he's got you. He's got you dead to rights. All of this shit belongs to him now. And you belong to Jesus because that's who you're going to meet. Because you decided to try to do something cool. Power moves are great when they connect. Not so great when they miss. And you have to understand, if your hands tied, you can't rely on power. You need to rely on brain power. You need to rely on finesse, skill set, and you need to, more importantly, remember that your hands are tied. So you are limited down by about 10% of what you would normally do. So again, that's why you want to keep it simple. Block, strike, strike, strike. That's going to be a hell of a lot easier than block, strike, boom, boom. Like I said, that last kick would have probably missed. Because this kick puts him up. I block, boom. I set him up for the next kick. Boom. This is where I need to stop. Coming here would probably be a bad mistake. Which means he's either going to hit me in the nuts or he's going to sidestep and sweep my foot. He's got a lot of options. You don't want to give him those options. So if you block, strike, strike, strike. You want to keep that shit in a line and keep it simple. Because that's going to save your ass versus trying to be fancy. Oh, I'm going to Bruce Lee the fuck out of this guy. I'm going to Chuck Norris the shit out of this. No! You're asking for the tide of battle to turn. You've turned the tide the second you block that kick and struck. Boom! Boom! Now from there, you can re-engage or you can keep going. Boom! Strike! 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 You know, you want to put it in a position where you are in charge. Because your hands are tied. Now understand, your hands tied. It is a factor. It is going to change the outcome of this fight. It is either going to be for you or against you. 9 times out of 10, if you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't even be engaging. You should be getting the fuck out of dodge. You know, you kick, boom. That's a jump kick. There's power behind that. So your targeting needs to be right here. straight solar plexus, right where the breastbone and the belly meet, right there. You're going to knock the wind out of their ass, and then you want to jet. You don't want to stick around. So, boom, that's a jump kick. Now you've landed him, he's hurt, he's buckled over. You do not need to re-engage. You need to get the fuck out of Dodge. That's your best option. Fight smarter, not harder. He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. In the event that you can't get away, is when you have to engage. So if you, boom, he goes down, you got these, take him, put him in a headlock. Now you got this around his neck. Now you have him in a position. It's around his neck, you're pushing up. You can also drive knees into him. Or if you got him, now you can get behind him, readjust, and now you're choking him. So, you know, these are weapons. In the right hands, your hands being tied are weapons. You just need to have the right training for the job. If you don't have the right training for the job, you're shit out of luck. Understand, the truth of the matter is, just because your hands are bound doesn't mean that you can't fight. It just means you have some options that have been severely hindered. And you're going to need to know those options have been hindered, or you're going to be fucked. And we don't want that. That being said, I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. I hope I taught you something today. This is Kung Fu Havok number 2. Be seeing